One of the most important aspects of cold email is the data you're using to engage. If you have bad emails, your cold email campaigns just won't work. So in this video, we'll be covering how to build a list of prospects for your cold email campaigns. We're also going to cover how to find and verify their email addresses. Let's dive into it. So again, we'll be doing all of this using LeadLoft. To start, there's a few ways you can save emails and build lists of prospects. The first one is using single search. If I click here, I can enter the name of anybody and the domain, and LeadLoft will find and verify the email. And that's actually a really important note with LeadLoft, is that every single time we save an email, we actually verify it in real time. So every email pulled using LeadLoft will be verified, and that status will be attached to the email within LeadLoft. And I'll show you that in a moment. So imagine I put in here Zach, last name Olivas. We'll say leadloft.com. We'll say this segment is outbound leads, and we'll click search. And there we go. We've found and verified the email. You can see it's marked as verified. If I go back to all leads here, you can see LeadLoft. I can open it up. You can see Zach there. And here's the new one added at the bottom. You can see there's a green bubble next to it, which indicates that it is, green bubble next to it, which indicates that it is in fact verified. If I click it, you can see here's a green bubble again, stating that it is verified. If it was unverified, it would have this yellow bubble attached to it, and it would look like that. For now, we'll just keep it as verified. Back to lead search. The next way to build a list of prospects is to use our list enrichment tool. You can see here, you basically just upload a CSV, you need the name, domain, and we'll be able to find anybody's email for you. Those leads will then be added to LeadLoft, and again, those emails will be found and verified in real time. And so if you already have data, that's another great route. But a lot of people don't have data, and they don't want to go through the process of collecting or scraping that data. They just want to be able to find the emails by clicking a button, right? So the third way, which is the most popular way, is to use the LeadLoft Prospector. And it's a Chrome extension, so you can install it. You hop into Chrome here. If you don't have it already installed, you can just click the blue button here, and it'll be installed. You can see I already have the Chrome extension installed, and this is what it looks like. So now let's hop over into LinkedIn. So the LeadLoft Prospector, the way it works is if you're in LinkedIn, it layers features on top of LinkedIn. Down here at the bottom, you can see here's the button to see the settings. If I click it, you can see all these different settings. I'll go ahead and say, we'll not add it to a playbook. Lead owner is me. You can assign a segment. So whenever you're saving these new leads, you can apply a segment to them, like MDR, that stands for Marina Del Rey, MDR 50 plus, meaning 50 or more employees. And you can kind of segment these out just to see which segments are performing the best. And it is good to stay a little bit organized. For now, I'll just say MDR 11 to 50. We'll just go down here. We'll say job title. We're looking for directors of sales. Let's get my bubble all the way. Sales director, great. I think that's probably fine for now. Maybe we'll toss a CEO in there because generally 11 to 50 is a small team. There we go. Now let's look at location, geography. There we go. And I think that's fine for now. There we go. So now we're looking for, one last thing. Let's apply the company headcount size. Say 11 to 50. And there we go. So then we have CEOs, we have directors of sales, sales directors in the Marina Del Rey location. So now we have our segment selected. You can see on top of this page, you can see that LeadLoft's applied this bright blue button that says save. If you click that, what will happen is LeadLoft will save the contact and create a lead within LeadLoft, and we'll also find the email and we'll verify it. So let's do an example here. Go ahead and click save. We'll go back to LeadLoft. We'll click all leads. You can see there they are. They're inactive. We're not engaging right now. You can see we're actually searching for an email. So if I open this up, here we go. And there he is. And we're actually in that process of searching for an email at the moment. That's what the red bubble indicates. We'll come back to that in a moment because we will find an email in a second here. Let's go back and save a few more leads. We'll hop back into LeadLoft. We'll click all leads. And now you can see that we're in the process of building a list of cold email prospects. So you can do this for hundreds of leads or thousands of leads, and then you now have a massive list of cold email prospects to engage in bulk. I open up fixed here really quickly. Here's the initial prospect we saved. I'll open it up. You can see the email has a green bubble next to it that indicates that the email was found and verified. We'll open it up. I'll blur out his email just for his privacy. But on the right here, you can see there's a green bubble, indicates it is in fact verified. And if it was unverified, it would actually have this yellow bubble next to the email. But it's green, so it's verified. Now let's get back into prospecting. So we'll go back to LinkedIn. And what's really cool is imagine somebody works for a couple different companies and you want to save a specific email from that company. We can go in here. We'll open up Devin, maybe one other here. You can scroll down to see all their experience. You can see he actually has 2 jobs. He has there's Aegis Studio and there's also Nirvana Labs. You can see there's a button to the right of it. So I can click save next to either one of these buttons. If I click save, it will save the email for that specific company. So maybe I want to engage him and I want to learn about Aegis Studios as opposed to Nirvana Labs. I can just click save next to Aegis Studios. Click save, and we'll save the email for Aegis Studios as opposed to saving the email for Nirvana Labs. So what we can do here is we can get really specific with the individual companies that you're actually going after using the Lead Loft Prospector, which is a really cool feature of Lead Loft. So there we go. We've saved this email. Now let's go back to Lead Loft. We'll click all leads. You can see there's Aegis Studios. And again, we're searching for his email. When you scroll down here, you can see we found an email for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're working the email for 2 others. So Lead Loft has a really high probability of finding emails. In general, we can find an email around 70 to 90% of the time, with many of those actually being verified. Now let's cover how you can segment different cold email lists. So we've saved to the segment, right? MDR 11 to 50. You can see there's a bunch of filters at the top, and segment is one of them. And this is how you separate different lists of prospects. So if I click segment and go down to MDR 11 to 50, it'll show me all the leads where I saved them using that segment. If I wanted to see a different segment, of course, I could save those as well. But what you can do is select that segment. And then from here, you can actually engage them using your playbooks, which we'll cover in a later video. And if you want to save it, you always can. I can just click save to workflow. 11 to 50. I'll click save. And there we go. You can see on the left here, if I click this, it will show me all my prospects who I've saved using MDR 11 to 50. So there you go. That's how you can build a list of cold email prospects using Lead Loft. We'll see you in the next lesson.